It's time for Angels baseball this afternoon from the Big A. The Angels get set to wrap up a three-game series against the Detroit Tigers. Beautiful afternoon here at the Big A as the Angels get ready to wrap things up here against Detroit. A very rare midweek day game for the Angels here at Angel Stadium. Terry Smith along with Mark Gubisaw. Mark, the Angel bats have been hot here in this series. We'll see if it continues today.
Yeah, Terry, when you think about it, 17 runs in 2 games against the Tigers afternoon game, the baseball will travel. And speaking of someone who hit a baseball, travel a long way yesterday, Justin Upton, a very big game. Take a look at our tools of trade brought to you by Ram Trucks. What he did last night was excellent. It was a breakable, high breakable. He let that baseball travel. Look where that baseball ended up being. Right by the plate. It's upper part of the strike zone. Short through the baseball to right field. That's his 12th home run he has hit on breaking balls of his 22 this season. The reason why he's been able to do that, let it get in there a little bit deeper in the strike zone, shorten up the swing, and use the entire field, which is going to be important going against a lefty today for the Tigers. In Blaine Hardy, he will throw a lot of off speed and a lot of pitches away. Very important to use the big part of the field.
Well, the Angels could use Upton's bat today. No Mike Trout in the lineup for the Angels. Shohei Ohtani getting a breather here today. The pitching matchup, it'll be the young right-hander Jaime Barria going for the Angels, and Blaine Hardy, a lefty, will be on the hill for the Tigers. When we get back, we'll have the starting lineups, the start of today's game, Angels and Tigers. It's coming up next on Fox Sports West.
Save you money. Log on to MercuryInsurance.com to get a fast free quote and see how much you can save. And by your SoCal Mazda dealers.
Baseball here on this Wednesday. The umpires are already at home plate. We've had the exchange of the lineup cards. The Angels and the Detroit Tigers. Mark Gubicza wrapping up a season series. It's deadlocked right now, 3 wins apiece.
And the offense has been great. We talked about that a little bit in the opening. 17 runs against Detroit to win here today. Get back to that 500 mark, and then you worry about Oakland during the weekend series.
So Jaime Barria will begin loosening up in just a moment, and let's take a look at the lineup he'll face for the Detroit Tigers. They'll have Mike Gerber leading off once again in left field. They have probably the best hitter in their lineup is Nick Castellanos. He will be in right field for them. Not a whole lot of movement as far as their lineup. Jim Adduci's in the lineup, the first baseman who's played most of this year at AAA Toledo. He will be hitting out of the number 7 spot for them. And then you see McCann and Jones, the bottom 2 in the Tigers lineup today. Jaime Barria on the mound, and Mark Gubicza. Barria's a guy, 6-7 record, got off to a real good start for the Angels. First 8 starts were very solid. Last 8 have not been quite as good.
Yeah, it's really been command of the strike. So my go-tos for Barria to be successful today, this afternoon game versus the Tigers, is really using that slider, and it's a very important pitch. Because look what happened last night. They had a tough time dealing with a slider, and then the arm side fastball running in there, especially when they start looking for the breaking ball, slider, and even changeup. Run that fastball with good lateral movement on the hands and get some soft contact, some quick ground ball outs. Jaime Barria, but most importantly too, is get ahead of the count. When he's ahead of the count, which you mentioned his first 8, very, very good. The last 8 though, he's been pitching, put himself into those hitters counts.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit more about Barria because the splits are interesting as far as how he's fared against right-handed hitters and left-handed hitters so far this season. Angels defensively, as you take a look, not a whole lot of changes as far as the recent Angel lineups, although Jeffrey Marte is playing first base today. No Ohtani DHing. Albert will be the Angels' designated hitter. And in the outfield, boy, Eric Young's been running everything down with Mike Trout still sidelined. Trout missing his 7th straight game today.
Yeah, warm afternoon. You know the baseball is carrying very well. Very important for the outfielders to be successful catching those baseballs and also throwing it. Cole Calhoun, 8 outfield assists, second most in the American League as far as right fielders. Only Mitch Haniger with more with 10. Cole Calhoun, who had a perfect throw last night, has been outstanding this season in right field.
So we are just about ready to go. Our first pitch is being brought to you by Carson Toyota as Jaime Barria gets the sign from Briseño, and we're underway as the pitch is on the outside part of the plate. First pitch fastball. 0-1 on Mike Gerber. Gerber has yet to get a hit for Detroit in the series, 0 for 6. Lefty batter, and they have a few swinging left-handed in the lineup today. Here's a pitch that misses, a sinker.
Yeah, Barria's fastball is 90-94. He'll throw a slider, a very good one, and a solid changeup. That's been a very effective pitch against left-handed batters, this changeup.
Next delivery, and that one is cut on and missed. You mentioned the changeup. There it was right there, and he gets it in there for a strike. No shift on right now as far as the Angels infield defense, although the outfield is playing Gerber a little bit the opposite way. Everyone backed up across the infield. The next pitch, he checks the swing on that one, and they say he was holding. Iglesias and Castellanos waiting on deck for the Tigers. The Tigers come into the action having lost 5 in a row, and they have been dreadful on the road this year. They have won 18 of 58 road games. They have the second fewest number of road wins in baseball this year, and they've dropped 2 straight here at the Big A. 2-2 delivery, and that one freezes Gerber. Great changeup right there, struck him out looking.
That's also one of those pitches too. It's all about location of this pitch, and maybe got a borderline pitch called his way. Off speed, gets the upper part of the strike zone. When it's elevated, that's your best chance as a hitter, to try to fight that one off. But it was the speed of the pitch. He had to deal with a 90-mile-an-hour fastball and then followed up with a 79-mile-an-hour changeup to get him looking.
Iglesias will be the next batter. .267 batting average for the Tiger shortstop. Barria's delivery, and that one is right in there. First pitch fastball.
They're obviously looking at the scouting reports too. Has not thrown a lot of first pitch strikes so far. So good for Barria. 2 batters face. 2 strikes, first pitch.
Next one, it's waved and missed, and that was a changeup and really fooled on that pitch, Iglesias. So he's deep in the hole. 0-2. Light breeze, very warm weather here. 94 degrees at game time today. Very hot weather, very humid. Next one, it's cut on, fouled back just above us, out of play.
One of those situations now for Cole Calhoun, especially with 2 strikes on Iglesias. After that, fastball up and in, more likely to go fastball or slider away. So you got to be ready to make a play in right field on a flare that way.
Two-strike pitch, and he lays off of that one. Well, I got to tell you, this is the first time I've ever done a game at the Big A from the TV booth.
Yes,
I've been here 17 years.
It's an honor to be working with you,
well,
Terry Smith.
The only thing that would have been better was if I would have done it yesterday on Gooby Tuesday.
Yes. Well, it is Wednesday, so we'll say Gooby Wednesday today for you, Terry.
Yeah. Here's the 1-2, and that one is a little bit low. And I noticed last night, I mean, I'm on the radio side, so every once in a while we take a peek at the TV monitor, and they kind of turned the tables on you a little bit yesterday on Gooby Tuesday. What was that all about?
Yeah, Victor sprung some questions on me. I had no idea what the questions were going to be. Get ready. And it actually was a 2-parter next Tuesday down in San Diego. Second version.
There's a pitch that's chased, and missing that one is Iglesias. I don't know if he thought he might have foul tipped that one, but he didn't.
He tried to work
the second out. Yeah.
And what if it's a pretty good indication that changeup is working very, very well.
What was it I heard yesterday? Victor asked you what your favorite dog is?
Yeah, or what favorite animal?
Favorite animal.
Favorite animal. And I love dogs, you know that.
Sure.
And if I went outside of that realm of, house pets, I went with a cheetah.
Interesting.
Yes. Well, you knew me very well growing up in Philly, Smitty. I was pretty quick back then.
I never knew you were a cheetah lover back then. There's the pitch, and that one is in there for a called strike.
I was always trying to run away from you and my brother back in the day.
I never saw any cheetahs near my house. I don't know what was going on in your neighborhood. So it's no balls and 1 strike here on Castellanos, and the next delivery, that's lifted in the air in the right field, breaking in but unable to get to it in time. It's Cole Calhoun. That'll fall in for a blue 2-out hit. So Castellanos, who's had a good series, he extends his little hitting streak to 4 games in a row. He's had 4 hits in the series. He has a 2-out single, and Jamer Candelario, the third baseman, will be the next batter.
Yeah, 4 for 9. And what we saw Castellanos in Detroit when he played at Comerica Park, he hits the ball very, very well the other way. When he was struggling, he's been struggling for a while. He's been in that pull mode, and he got himself out for quite a bit of time. But now you see him staying back. He had a home run in the right center field game 1 amongst his 4 hits in this series.
So here's Candelario. He's had a homer in the series, a couple of hits in the first 2 games. Switch hitter batting left, and he takes that pitch for a called strike. We were talking about Candelario on the radio side last couple of days. He has a wrist problem, left wrist, and he's actually playing with a damaged ligament. And he's probably going to have surgery on that wrist when the season is over. And his numbers have been a bit on the decline of late. 1-1 to count.
When you look at players that are building around as they go in that rebuilding mode for the Tigers, he's one of their key components to turn it around quickly.
Yep. They got him from the Cubs last year. Here's the pitch, and that one is low. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Boy, this is a game today with this very hot weather. You want to try and throw a minimum number of pitches every inning.
Yeah, you get loose real quick warming up in the bullpen, but you're right. You want to have that 12 to 15 pitch limit each inning to give yourself a chance to get into that 6th and 7th inning and pick up a W.
Next pitch, and that one is a pitch that's chased and missed.
Boy, good arm action so far in his off-speed pitches, whether it's a slider or changeup early on for Jaime Barria. Sells that very well. He's well out in front. He thinks the fastball is coming. 79-mile-an-hour changeup.
Yeah, he's had a good changeup here in the first inning. He's gotten the count even here on the third baseman Candelario, and a toss over to first base. Castellanos is back. Not a real big base stealer. He's had 2 this year.
Brasinia has thrown out 33% of base stealers, and Berea's only allowed 1 stolen base and 2 attempts against him. Pretty quick to the plate, holds the baseball well. That alone will stop Castellanos and a number of the base runners on this team from even trying to get a good jump.
Here's the 2-2, runner on the move. The pitch is cut on and missed. He struck him out. So Berea strikes out the side. And we have completed a half inning here at the Big A. The Tigers no score. The Angels coming to bat on Fox Sports West. Batting order, Cole Calhoun in the leadoff spot with David Fletcher hitting number 2 for the Angels. Upton in the 3 spot. Albert at the cleanup spot for the Angels. No Trout, no Ohtani in the lineup, and you see the rest of the lineup. Angels have been getting some pretty good production from some of the players that have spent a lot of time at AAA at the bottom part of the batting order. You see Briseño and Coward and Eric Young Jr. who's had a nice series here against the Tigers. Starting pitcher is Blaine Hardy. He's been a starter, a reliever, back to starting for them, and he's done a pretty good job, Mark.
Yeah, good fastball as far as command. And spotted at 86 to 90. He'll throw a good slider, curveball, and very good plus changeup.
So he's set, and the first pitch, Cole Calhoun chases a fastball and misses it, strike 1. Hardy began the year as a reliever and had never started a game in the big leagues until this season, and he's been with the Tigers for a few years. He was in 35 games out of the bullpen for them last year. 22nd game for him this year for them, his 12th start. And the next pitch, that's lifted high in the air, and it's carrying out in center field. Jones is going back, and it's out of here. Cole Calhoun has been hitting it out of the ballpark with regularity. That's his 15th home run of the season. 1-0 Angels.
Yeah, Terry, we were talking about a little bit about Cole against a lefty here. He's been real good as far as staying inside the baseball against left-handed pitching of late. That is way out. That's Bo Jackson batter eye territory in center field. It's our top-tier play brought to you by Arco. This time it's a break ball upstairs. He went fastball first pitch, break ball slider upstairs, stay back, bat out over the plate. His hands are in perfect position. Did this one to center field. 15th home run of the season for Cole.
He's had 14 of them in his last 43 games. And here is David Fletcher at the plate. First one misses, ball 1. Hardy has been a guy who, for the most part, has kept the ball in the ballpark. 7th homer he's allowed this year and just shy of 70 innings. And there's one on the outside corner. Count level.
20 games in leadoff position for Cole Calhoun. 9 home runs.
There's one that misses, 2-1. And the next pitch high with that one, 3-1.
That's one thing too, as well as they've been swinging the bat, the Angels. They've been patient at the plate. Put himself in good counts to sit on a pitch and not chasing pitches. Fletcher
takes, and that'll run the count full. So 3-2. David Fletcher's gone 1 for 8 in the series. And the next pitch, the payoff delivery, it's fouled back behind home. Angels with the home run from Cole Calhoun, the early 1-0 lead, bottom of the first. Angels are 3rd in the American League in home runs. And the payoff again, and that one misses. Ball 4.
Terry, my go-tos to be successful against Hardy today is really that power alley approach. Get some pitches out over the plate, don't try to pull, whether it's his fastball or off speed. That's what you have to do, and then you sit on fastballs in fastball counts. That's when you can do the damage the most against Hardy. And then take a look at our StatCast AI powered by AWS. Exactly what we're talking about as far as hitting the power alley. That went over 400 feet. Exit velocity just under 101 miles per hour on that one. 34-degree launch angle for Cole Calhoun.
Wow. So here's Upton stepping up. He had a home run here last night, and he takes that one for a called strike. First pitch changeup. Upton is just 2 for his last 20, and those 2 hits came in last night's game. Off toss over to first base. David Fletcher is back. Fletcher hasn't done a whole lot of running since he's joined the Angels. He can steal bases. He had 20 a year ago in the minors. He's had 1 with the Angels. He had 7 earlier this year with AAA Salt Lake. Decent lead over there at first. Left-hander on the mound, though, and another toss. And Fletcher
he has allowed 4 stolen bases in 6 attempts. Once again, you're seeing the Tigers with the shift on against a right-handed batter for the Angels. 3 on the left side of the infield. A lot of room over on that right side. And that's where if you hit a ball on the ground, you go a long way to be able to work that side of the infield throughout, especially if he's going away with something off speed. You see him going away once again. If you try to pull that, you play right into his hand. If you stay back, a lot of room to be successful.
So 1-1 on Upton, who is checking the sign from Angels third base coach Dino Ebel. Right side is wide open with the shift on, and again a little lob toss over to first base.
And we were talking about it the other day on our broadcast. The Angels have been shifted against more than any team on the offensive side in baseball.
And we've seen the Tigers do a lot of shifting here in this series, just about against every Angel batter, and there's one fouled off on the right side out of play.
You can see that approach. He was trying to hit the ball the other way. His home run we showed in the opening was that way. See, 44.1% of the time they have been shifted against. That's highest in the game.
One ball, 2 strikes.
Part of it is that pull percentage so high for the hitters. Look, if you take, some note down what we saw from Anderson Simmons, and you saw that a couple times last night, even from Upton going the other way. Just stay back. Just put the barrel of the bat on the baseball. There's so much room. You're going to be successful picking up hits.
And that's one thing against lefties, and the Angels face one today. The Angels have not made a whole lot of adjustments this year against left-handers. Here's the next delivery. It's bounced to the left of the mound. Off the mound is Hardy. Fields, throws, makes a nice play to get Upton. Fletcher moves up to second. He's there with 1 out, and Albert Pujols will be the next batter.
That was a pretty good play. Hardy under control, because that's a difficult play as a left-handed throwing pitcher. Field that, spin around, and make a good throw to first base. Upton can run well down the line. Fields it, gets himself under control, and a lot on the throw. And no one to be able to throw it to the field side of it, not towards the baseline where you could throw it right into the runner going down the line.
So the batter is Albert. Angels have a runner in scoring position so far in the series. Angels are 5 for 18 in these situations. See if Albert can come through. Albert has a little 3-game hitting streak going. He's had hits in 11 of his last 12 games. Here's the pitch, and that's taken for a called strike, a fastball.
Combined 13 outfield assists for Tiger outfielders in this game.
Another left side infield shift going with a right-handed hitter at the plate for the Angels. There's a pitch that is outside.
Goodrum trying to sneak in behind Fletcher at second with the shift on close enough to the base. The pickoff move could be put on.
Albert swings at the next one and chops it right to the shortstop. The throw to third base is going to get Fletcher. So that was not a real good base running move there by David Fletcher, and he is out at third base. That's out number 2.
It's back-to-back game. Iglesias has gotten the play at third base with the runner trying to go to third with the plays in front of him. You're in scoring position there. And a nice play by Iglesias to throw to third and Candelario to be in position to apply a tag.
So a lot different situation as far as the base running situation now for the Angels. Fletcher erased and Albert's on, but he's at first base. 2 outs. Here's Simmons, who's been hot. He is 6th in the league in hitting right now, and he takes the first one for a strike. Next pitch, Andrelton taking outside.
And again, after those swings last night, really surprised to see the Tigers putting this shift on once again with Andrelton Simmons at the plate.
Hardy's next pitch, and this is chopped on the right side, and it's out of the reach of Goodrum. Albert is going to try for third, and he will get there. The throw will go to second base.
And again, we're going to ask, why would you have that shift put on against Andrelton Simmons, who hits to all fields so well? He gets a base hit. Albert able to go all the way from first to third on that ground ball. The best approach for any right-handed batter against a lefty that doesn't overpower you with a fastball, especially everything away and soft, is to use the big part of the field, and that's exactly what Simba did. Such an impressive hitter.
Yeah. So here's Jeffrey Marte. This will be his first at bat in the series. Marte came in late last night, took over at first base for Albert. He's getting the start at first base today. And the first pitch, and boy, that one, the bat goes flying out of his hands over by the Angel dugout on the third base side. It hit the screen. So a little bit fooled on that changeup right there.
And in that pull mode right away. That's why you have to try to stay back against a lefty like Hardy.
Marte has seen his average dropping. He's had only 7 hits his last 64 times up. He's hitting just over 200 now. Hit could mean a run. Angels have the first inning lead, 1-0. Little lob toss over to first, and Simmons gets back. .21 pitches here for Hardy in the bottom of the first. There's one lined. It's going to fall into left field. That's an RBI hit for Marte. Albert will score. Angels lead it 2-0.
So pretty good at bats with 2 outs yesterday. A big first inning for the Halos. Come right back in the first inning today already. Still swinging the bat. A couple runs in. Off towards the end of the bat, but strong enough to get it over Iglesias' head for an RBI single. For Jeffrey Marte, 15th RBI. Albert scores after going first to third on the base hit by Andrelton Simmons.
So here's the Angel catcher, Jose Briseño. He's been swinging a good bat lately. He's had 5 hits his last 8 times up.
Well, during this stretch in which the Angels have played so well at home, 362 batting average with runners in scoring position. Good to see that.
Here's the pitch, and that one is low and away. Hardy is not a guy who throws hard. He's topped out at 92 this season with his fastball, but generally he's going to be 90 or less. Here's the pitch. Popped up on the first base side, of foul ball, not far away from the Detroit dugout, but it's going to drop back in the photo well near their dugout, out of play. 1-1 the count. Angels up 2-0. Well, last night in the first inning, the Angels sent 11 to the plate. 7 scored. In another good first inning here today. Here's the next pitch, and pitch chased and missed. Good changeup.
Yeah, tried to pull that one. You see that front shoulder opening up.
That game last night, Angels with that 7-run first inning. The Angels' first 9 batters, everybody in the lineup got on base safely. There was a fielder's choice for an out, but the hitter reached safely. Here's the pitch, and that is on the inside corner. A curveball freezes Briseño, and that is how the inning ends. Well, Cole Calhoun got the Angels going to start off the bottom of the first inning. We are headed to the second here at the Big A. 2-0 Angels. Seven o'clock when the Angels take on the Oakland A's here at the Big A. Fans will take home a historic Vlad Guerrero Hall of Fame bobblehead while supplies last. For more info on the Vlad Guerrero bobblehead, courtesy of the Automobile Club of Southern California, just visit angels.com/promotions.
Hall of Famer.
You were there.
Oh, that was such a good time.
Yep, I envy you. That must have been a special weekend, no doubt. And a well-deserved honor for Vladdy.
I was talking with Mark Langston, your partner on the radio side, about the experience there, and we both were saying it was one of the most amazing times we've ever had.
Yeah.
The Angels did a great job, all the things they did for Vlad, but the whole atmosphere up in Cooperstown was off the charts.
Here's the pitch on Victor Martinez. He lifts a shallow fly ball to left field. Towards the line under is Justin Upton. That's an easy out.
You think about the class that went in this season, the class of 2018, Chipper Jones, Jim Thome, Trevor Hoffman, Alan Trammell, Jack Morris, and Vlad. You're talking about some outstanding talent, and the group of people, how many people actually showed up. And when you think about how many Hall of Famers, the most ever at the Hall of Fame ceremony. So it was a lot of fun from the first second we got there till the day in time we left.
Yeah, I know, talking to Mark Langston on the radio side, he was a teammate of Jim Thome's. He was also a teammate in San Diego of Trevor Hoffman, yeah. So that was special for him.
Great speeches also.
Oh, yeah. Here's Goodrum batting, and after the first pitch was in there, he's taking this one from Berea. It missed. Nico Goodrum yet to get a hit in this series. 0 for 7. He's a switch hitter. And the next delivery, he chops that one foul on the right side.
It's one of those little things too with Vlad. As good as he was wearing that Angel uniform, they've made the playoffs 5 of the 6 seasons he was wearing that Angel uniform. So not only he was putting up numbers, he was getting him into the postseason.
Yeah. Here's the 1-2, and that one there is waved at and missed, and Goodrum is a strikeout victim. So Berea, good slider right there. Gets another strikeout. He's had 4 of them already against the first 6 hitters, and with 2 quick outs, here's Jim Adducey.
And he's had that good breaking ball going, his slider. He's got his good changeup working, down and in with that breaking ball. Sharp break to it. 4 strikeouts, 3 of them versus lefties. You mentioned that earlier about the splits between right-handed batters and left-handed batters against him.
There's a pitch on Adducy, and he takes that one for a ball. You would think he would be better against right-handed hitters than he's been this year.
Yeah, 300 batting average for right-handers against Berea, but just 194 for lefties. I always believe when you see those type of numbers, especially if you're a right-handed pitcher and right-handed batters are getting pretty good swings against you, that means your spotting of your fastball has not been there. But the changeup and slider have been excellent versus left-handed batters because they're changing speeds and runs away on them and spotting a fastball.
That was a fastball that's high and away.
And as a young pitcher, the things you want to clean up, especially when you get 2 quick outs, your offense provides you with 2 runs. You want to have a quick shutdown inning. Now 3-0 on this batter here after getting 2 outs quickly.
Here's the next pitch, and that's on the outside part of the plate. Adducy spending most of this season at AAA Toledo. He hit .309 since he's been with the Tigers. .250 batting average. He's a veteran player. He's 33 years old. He's been in the big leagues in the past. And here's the next pitch. That's lined into right. That's going to fall in. So they get a 2-out hit here in the second. They did the same thing in the first inning against Berea, and the next batter will be their catcher, James McCann.
He fell into a count where he's got to challenge a batter falling behind. Adducy did a nice job as far as put himself in a good position to sit on a fastball. It's that lower part of the strike zone, and he lines it in the right field. It's exactly where a left-handed batter loves that fastball. Middle down, or even in and down. McCann's very aggressive on the first pitch. He's got some big-time power. Be careful in the first pitch against him.
Right-hander against right-hander, and the first delivery, a good off-speed pitch, a slider right there, chased and missed on McCann, who's from the Central Coast, from Santa Barbara.
You know that area pretty well, don't you, Terry?
Very well, yep. My son has lived in Santa Barbara for a long time, although he's moving to the state of Virginia.
Yes.
Going to be a little far away from mom and dad.
Yes.
There's a toss over to first base, and back to the bag goes Adducy. Breeze has picked up a little bit. It's still hot and humid here today at the Big A, but a little bit of a breeze blowing from right to left. Ball generally carries well in the daytime here, and the pitch, and that one is outside. 1-1. Angels got a pair of first inning runs. Cole Calhoun led off the Angels first inning with a home run, and then later in the inning with 2 outs, Jeffrey Marte singled in the second run. Berea's set, taking time now, delivers, and that one is chased and missed through that fastball by McCann.
It's that good arm side fastball running in, hitting his target, especially when you throw him a couple off-speed pitches.
Jaime's already struck out 4, and he has 2 strikes here on McCann. McCann back down to the box. Might have gotten something in his eye. No shift on. Outfield shading McCann a little bit the opposite way. He checks on that pitch. Did he go after it? No, says the first base umpire. Lance Barrett. Bill Welke is the crew chief. He is calling balls and strikes today.
Pretty close to getting a swing on this breaking ball at their fastball in, but could have easily called that a swing.
Yeah, sure could have.
Catchers, they get everything, don't they?
Correa will toss over to first base. Marte over there. He was actually off the bag, a couple feet off the bag. Runner dives back. Ducey. He's really not a big stolen base threat. Correa's 2-strike pitch, and just getting a piece of that one is McCann. So the count remains 2-2.
Your thought process here now, Terry, is I think I can sneak a fastball by him. But when you see swings like that on a breaking ball, I still sit with that pitch. I go back to another breaking ball. He almost chased one. Well, we thought he chased it, and then we barely fouled that one off.
2-2, and he tried to go up and in with that fastball. It misses. And now it's a full count.
Yeah, when you miss that much inside, you're not fully committed to throwing a fastball there. In other words, if you miss, you're going to miss well off the plate. You weren't as comfortable as if you were throwing a breaking ball.
Jacoby Jones is waiting on deck. He's their 9-hole hitter. Center fielder for the Tigers. Correa's payoff. It's a little pop into left field. It's righted up there. Hartley has to move. Goes back a foot or two to make the grab. A couple of put outs for Justin Upton and left in the inning, and that'll do it for the Tigers. So we get ready to go to the bottom of the second. Cowart, Young, and Calhoun. 2-0 Angels.
Just going a little Def Leppard for you, Terry. Rock of Ages. Talk about the youngsters and the veterans rocking the baseball today, and also the youngster on the mound, Jaime Barria. So the young and old, veterans and rookies, trying to perform and get that sweep of this series to get back to 500.
All right, Cowart leads it off, and he is batting for the first time. The Angels switch hitting third baseman takes strike one. Cowart's had a nice series, 3 hits, has a little 3-game hitting streak as well coming into today's action. And he's taking again, and Hardy delivers that one for a strike. It's 0-2. They do have a shift on the left side, and the next pitch, that's low and away, a changeup. A steamy day here at the Big A. 94 game time. The next delivery, and that is chased and missed. He got him on a changeup, struck him out. So second strikeout for Blaine Hardy.
And Eric Young Jr. coming to the plate. Let's take a look at our Coors Light refreshing finish, and what an outstanding defensive play. Finishing off this inning with some outstanding defense by EY Jr. with the dive. He's already looking up, and a perfect throw to first base. An 8-3 double play started by EY Jr. Outstanding range, and then a firm throw to first base.
There's the pitch to him as he's at the plate, and he takes that one for a strike. The Angels had, what, 3 double plays in last night's game, and 2 of them were in the air. Here's the next pitch, and that's low and away.
Cole started one to Anderson Simmons. An old 9-6 double play. They're an 8-3 double play, and the conventional 4-6-3 one.
Yep.
Simmons been involved in 82 double plays turned at shortstop.
1-1. It's inside on Eric Young Jr. Since he's been back with the Angels, and it took a long time for him to get here this season, he's given the club a spark. He's playing a lot with Trout sidelined right now. Mike Trout missing his 7th game in a row. There's some feeling he could be back for the Oakland series that begins on Friday night.
No, he filled in for Trout last season. Did a nice job bringing a lot of energy.
2-2, and he chops this one on the right side. It's fielded by Ducey. He flips to the pitcher, a race to first, and out is the call by Lance Barrett, the first base umpire. That was a photo finish over there, and the Angels, Mike Scioscia's already signaled to the home plate umpire Bill Welke. The Angels could challenge this one. We'll see if they do.
I think they got him only because Ducey made a perfect feed to Hardy at first base.
Angels will not challenge the call.
So you let him enough where he can get that footwork down to be able to beat EY to the base. You see that foot just down just before Eric Young Jr. stepped on the base. But it was all started by Ducey's perfect lead and feed to Hardy going to first.
So here's Cole Calhoun. And the pitch, that one is on the outside corner. Calhoun got off to such a dreadful start this season, but boy, has he ever turned it back since he came off the disabled list, and he's got a legitimate shot to end up this season with more home runs than he had all of last year, and you wouldn't have given him a chance in a million the way things were going for him the first few months of the season.
I really think, Terry, the approach and the mindset for Cole was, instead of worrying about when you're hitting, what, 130, 140, I got to get back up to 300. He just kept thinking, I want to hit 300 in that week, and then keep going from there as my batting average increases. And that's what he's been able to do so far, is not think in terms, I got to get up to 250, I got to get up to 275. That's very hard to do. Think about each week hitting around 300, and that's why you see that batting average going up and more comfortable swings.
There's one he takes outside for a ball. Calhoun in his last 42 games hitting at a 287 clip. His season average, though, 213, but he was down in the low 100s for the longest of time.
Remember, he had a home run and a triple that opening day. Now, he stayed at that as far as extra base hits for a long time.
Sure did, and here he lines one into right center, and that's going to be another hit for him. So he is on with 2 outs here in the inning.
And you'd be hard-pressed to find a more popular player amongst his teammates. They felt for him early on, but now they're feeling some good positive feel. And that's a fastball that's upstairs, and he still was able to bring his hands up and line that in the right center field. It's all about his hands where it's at right now, out over the plate, and the comfort and his timing of his leg kick.
So here's David Fletcher with 2 outs. He walked his first time up. Fletcher playing every day at second base now for the Angels. He was doing a good job while he was playing third base as well.
And another odd batter for the Tigers to put the shift on. A lot of room in that right side of the infield for Fletcher, who is a good contact guy.
1-0 taken, and it's in there. Here's the next pitch, and this is bounced on the right side, not far from second. It's stopped there by Goodrum. His throw to first base is in time, and that is how things wrap up here in the bottom of the second. So 2 in the books. We are headed to the third here at the Big A. The Angels leading the Tigers 2-0 on Fox Sports West. As we start the third inning, Angels with a 2-0 lead, and Berea's ready to work against a right-handed batter who shows signs of bunting and takes the pitch for ball 1. Jones is a very gifted defensive player, covers a lot of ground, very solid in center field. He just has not been able to hit so far at the major league level. He hit just 170 last year for the Tigers, and he enters today's game hitting 205. No shift on, 2 infielders on each side, and the next delivery, and that one is low and outside. Boy, you don't want to put on the 9-hole hitter who's just hitting slightly over 200. Here's Berea's 3-0. And he's going to do just that. He puts him on a 4-pitch walk.
Yeah, it's starting to fall back in that little bit of a trap of not throwing first pitch strikes. You mentioned how well he's threw in the first 8 starts as compared to the last 8. The ERA, obviously the big difference, but really it comes down to strike percentage, considerably less over the last 8, and first pitch strike percentage. Started off very well in the first inning, first pitch strike, but all of a sudden going back to those numbers, which still over 51% of first pitch strikes. Get ahead of the count, and you can expand the strike zone much easier than have to challenge with a fastball.
There's a pitch in there on Gerber, the leadoff man. Berea's ERA in his last 8 starts is basically doubled what it was in the first 8 this year. Here's the next pitch, and a fly ball lifted to left center, medium left center. Easy play for Eric Young Jr.
First pitch strike gets an easy out.
Yep.
You know, the league average for first pitch strike is around 60%. Over his last 8, we showed 51.4% for Berea. 7 of 10 in this game.
So here is Iglesias getting ready to bat. Iglesias first time up went down on strikes. There's a toss over to first base. Back to the bag goes the base runner Jacoby Jones.
He can run a little bit. 9 stolen base, but caught 5 times. Good speed. When a team is struggling like the Tigers are on the road, they're more apt to be more aggressive trying to steal.
And here's the next pitch, and boy, that was almost a wild pitch. Persenio was lucky to catch that one.
And Jones was going but stopped. He didn't think that Bria was going to pay attention, but he held the ball long enough to stop him from stealing. And then he must have heard he's going, and then he elevated that fastball way out of the strike zone. A lot of times you'll hear that from your infielders. He's going, then you try to speed up your delivery, give your catcher a chance to throw a high pitch down to second base, but not that high.
Jones can run. 9 stolen bases this season. There's a toss over to first base. You know, Mark, talking about pitching this season, the percentage of fastballs thrown this year is down considerably than, say, 10 years ago. Meantime, the percentage of sliders thrown this year is up considerably than it was, say, over the last 10 years. Why are pitchers getting away from the fastball?
They're into that whole mindset. We're in this analytic world where you're seeing so many, when you look at swing and miss percentage and baseball's put in play and soft contact, hard contact, most times fastballs have a chance to be put in play. And there's such an emphasis on swing and miss now that you're going to, even I saw it at the high school level when you had aluminum bats, because it really didn't pay for contact to be made, because off the aluminum bat it was going to go a pretty good distance. So you saw a lot of breaker balls being thrown even at the high school level. You're seeing that now at the major league level, where you're thinking no contact made at all. Best way to do that is throwing a breaker ball or split. You got a curveball, slider, splitter, cutter. I still think the fastball is the most effective pitch when you locate it well. You want soft contact. If you're Berea right now, you want to throw a fastball. You want to get a ground ball and an infielder for a double play.
There's a pitch that's a little bit low, and you keep hearing from people, well, the guys have never thrown faster than they do now. Of course, some people say the guns are a little different than they used to be, but if pitchers are throwing faster, why would they be throwing less fastballs?
Yeah.
It just doesn't seem to make sense.
Because when you try to overthrow a fastball, you don't command it as well. That's the thing. When you're trying to throw it at max effort every time you throw a fastball, yeah, you're going to see, the readings of 98, 99, but it's generally going to be flat, and it's not going to be located where you want. So you have a chance to get in the middle part of the plate, and hitters hit a fastball in the middle part of the plate. If it's inside or outside, up and down in the strike zone, you get a chance to get an easy out. And it gives you a chance to get deeper in the game. The quicker the outs are, and you get some quick out, first pitch outs on fastballs, if located well, the team's better. The bullpen is fresher when you get into that 6th, 7th, and 8th inning.
2-1 now here on Iglesias. And the pitch misses inside. So Berea, who walked the leadoff man, Jones, he's at first. He's fallen behind here against the third hitter in the inning, Iglesias. It's 3-1. And look at the breakdown on Jaime's pitches now. 46, 25 strikes, 21 out of the strike zone. He's still working, though, with a 2-run lead.
But his pace has slowed down considerably now.
Yeah.
Maybe that one fake start by Jones is kind of thrown off his timing at first base.
Here's the next delivery, and this is popped up foul behind the plate. Persenio is going back, has a play, and he'll make the catch. Not far away from the screen behind home. Foul pop out to the catcher. That's out number 2, and Castellanos will be the next batter.
Not an easy sky here for any fielder. A lot of smoke in the air here by the Big A, and hopefully, we said it last night, hope everyone's doing okay with that as far as the fires. But that baseball at times can blend right in with the cloud and the smoke in the sky, so it's a more difficult baseball to track when it's hit high in the air here today.
So here's Castellanos. One time he was the Tigers' everyday third baseman, but now plays right field. That's been going on for a couple seasons now.
Aggressive himself on the first pitch, and real good power to right center field.
Here's Berea's pitch, and that's low and away. Berea struck out the side in the first inning, but he slowed things down. You kind of wonder if he's trusting his stuff right now, but with that said, he's kept them off the scoreboard. Next delivery, and that's off speed, a changeup cut on and missed. And there you see the Big A and the smoky skies surrounding Angel Stadium here today.
Yeah, all we're hoping is everyone's safe.
No doubt.
Firefighters doing an amazing job, put themselves at risk, and they've been unbelievable how many fires we've seen in California alone.
Oh, Northern California, they're having all sorts of trouble as well. Here's the pitch, and that is low and inside. So Berea keeps getting behind against hitters here. It's now 2-1 on Castellanos.
So 14 pitches in this inning, there's 5 strikes.
And he is already at 50. And he's yet to get through the third inning.
Jones is trying to get a walking lead against him.
Here's the delivery that's waved and missed off speed. Good change up.
Still think that's one of the most effective pitches also is a changeup from a right-handed pitcher to a right-handed batter. Something that when you were a kid you were taught not to do. But it's very effective. If you make contact, you're going to pull a foul. And so often you're looking slider going away from you or fastball in. A changeup throws your timing off as a right-handed batter against a righty.
Here's the next one, and that is chased and missed, and that was a good slider right there. Struck him out. So they had the leadoff walk, and then the next 3 retired by the Angels rookie right-hander. Bottom of the third is
important using both sides of the plate. Well, that's being quantified now. But as far as that, as what way we're going to handle cutoff and relays, the way we're going to handle the pitcher-catcher communication, the way we're going to catch a ground ball, until a human being grows a third arm, those fundamentals aren't going to change.
Yeah. A couple of former teammates getting together here the last 3 days. Mike Scioscia and Kirk Gibson. We'll hear more from them during the course of today's game, talking about the evolution of the game.
Yeah, and the importance of both sides of the plate for both the defensive side and the offensive side.
Here's Upton at the plate for the Angels, and he is taking the first pitch from Hardy. It's right in there, strike one. Justin bounced one back near the mound his first time up.
So good seeing Gibby here in the series for Detroit.
Here's the next pitch, and it's grounded right at the first baseman. Ducey will solo to the bag, and that'll be an easy out. So one gone quickly here in the Angels' third. Albert Pujols will be the next batter.
Lucky enough to play with Kirk Gibson in Kansas City for a season. You talk about one of the most intense competitors you'll ever see. and arguably one of the biggest home runs in the history of sports itself, certainly baseball, at the right moment, at the right time, and iconic calls by both Vince Scully and Jack Buck. It was, I mean, that was one of those plays where everyone still, to this moment, that was 1988, still remembers that, where they were.
Absolutely. Pitch on Albert, that's right in there for a called strike. They do have the shift on the Angels DH. Albert in that role for the Angels today. Ohtani getting a day off, and here's one that's fouled back behind the plate, out of play. I'm going to watch out today on some foul balls.
Yes.
I know you guys get a little action over here from time to time.
It hasn't really worked out well for me this season. I need to borrow Jose Mota's glove.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2, and Albert chops it right at the shortstop. Should be an easy play for Iglesias, and Albert is out number 2.
Speaking of another huge home run by Kirk Gibson back in an '84 World Series against Goose Gossett and the San Diego Padres. Gibby, the flair for the dramatic upper deck shot. I'll never forget Sparky Anderson saying, hey, they're going to pitch to you. They're going to pitch to you. And then, of course, Kirk Gibson made him pay for it by hitting that one out. And I'm sure those hands were sore after those high fives from Gibby. Everyone's going in there to ice after the game after those high fives.
Yep. Here's the pitch on its way, and Simmons fouls that one off right by the plate. He could probably crush you with a handshake, too.
Oh, yeah. He was a great football player at Michigan State.
Yeah.
Wide receiver. Imagine trying, if you're a defensive back, trying to tackle him.
Yep.
You say, hey, go ahead. You're good.
Brought the football persona to the baseball field.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember when we were together in Kansas City, he said, there's so many times I would try to spike you running down the line on a ground ball where you're covering first base. I said, I felt you and I could hear you going down the lines. That's why I kept my elbows up there to keep him a distance away from me. I said, I know what you were doing. He goes, yeah, I tried to get you for years. I said, you're such a gentleman.
1-1 is the count right now on Andrelton. He takes a little bit low and away. 2 runs on the scoreboard on the side of the Angels. They came in the first inning. A Calhoun home run to lead off the bottom of the first, and Angels tacked on another run thanks to a Marte single.
I wonder if Socha ever tried to block the plate against Gibby. I know Gibby played in Pittsburgh. That would have been a pretty interesting situation.
Yep.
Socha had some pretty epic collisions at the plate throughout his career.
Yeah, you can go to YouTube and there's a string of them you can watch.
Even Norm Charlton, the pitcher, got him pretty good one time.
He sure did. There's a little bouncer that's hit right near second. It's fielded there by Goodrum, and it's a quick inning for Hardy. The Angels go down quietly. 3 ground ball outs here in the bottom of the third. So we're a third of the way completed here at the Big A. Angels leading the Tigers here on this Wednesday on Fox Sports West. 1,000 kids in attendance receive a great youth trout jersey while supplies last. For more info on the youth trout jersey, it's courtesy of Angels Radio AM 830. All you have to do is visit angels.com/promotions. Candelario will lead it off. The Tiger third baseman swings at a first pitch changeup for strike one. Berea coming into this inning had thrown 52 pitches, 29 for strikes, had a 16 pitch inning last inning. Candelario, he struck out his first time up, and he swings at this one. It's hit in the gap in left center field. Chasing is Upton, but he can't make the catch. It's out of his reach. Ball retrieved out on the warning track by Young, and that's going to be an easy leadoff double for Candelario. So he gets his third hit in the series, a leadoff double. They have a runner in scoring position for Victor Martinez.
Even with that sore wrist, Candelario stayed back on this one. After a change up the first pitch, got a fastball that was up. You can hit the ball the other way when it's elevated upper part of the strike zone, and gets it by Upton in the gap. Double, 19th of the season. You can see why the Tigers are excited about him, even though he's dealing with some injury issues now.
Hey, looks like a good young player, just 24 years old. Here's the veteran Victor Martinez at age 39 digging in, and first pitch, that one's right in there for a called strike. This is the first time today that the Tigers have had a runner in scoring position, and in the series they're 2 for 7 in those situations. Martinez just 3 for his last 16 as he digs in. Pitch from Berea. It's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. The outfielders are playing him fairly deep. Cole Calhoun is playing out in right center. He's way off the line. And Fletcher, the second baseman, is back on the outfield grass. Of course, Victor Martinez doesn't run very well. Here's the pitch, and that is low and inside on him. 1-1 was the count. Now it's 2-1.
Pretty difficult to get Victor Martinez to chase a pitch out of the strike zone unless you're ahead of the count. And Berea behind here. 2-1.
It's a pickoff toss, and the runner dives back to the bag. Candelario. This is probably going to be it for Victor Martinez. Final year of his contract. Long-time major leaguer, and he's been healthy. He's really been a good hitter.
Yeah, you talk about it, gap to gap, both sides of the plate. Very consistent swinging the bat throughout his entire career. Came up as a catcher. Those knees of his worn out, but still a very dangerous hitter.
Here's the next pitch. He lays off that one, and even at age 39, third toughest hitter to strike out in the AL this season. He makes contact. Problem is he just can't run. 3-1 the count. Berea's next pitch, and that one is in there.
Backdoor slider. On a warm day like this, pitch count innings already, something that the Angels were keeping an eye on when it comes to the youngster Berea. It's going to end up being a bullpen game here today.
So we'll see what goes on the payoff pitch as Berea is set, looks at second, and delivers. Popped foul, left side out of play.
Nice play.
Yep. Berea this season has pitched a little bit better on the road. See the fan coming up with that Souvenir baseball,
Yes.
one-handed grab,
Yes.
no glove.
You never really got seats like that at Veterans Stadium to catch a foul ball, did you, Terry, back in the day in
It was
Philly?
always up in the yellow seats.
Yeah, the 700 level.
There you go. Yeah. Count is 3-2. Another payoff pitch that's fouled off on the right side. Well, you know you're getting old in the case of each of us. 3 baseball stadiums in my lifetime
Yes.
in Philadelphia. Not 2, but 3.
3 of them.
Used to have, well, it was Shibe Park. It became Connie Mack Stadium and then Veterans Stadium. Of course, the ballpark that's now the home of the Phillies as well.
Citizens Bank.
Yeah. Pretty good battle going on here. We mentioned Martinez, a tough guy to strike out, so he's hanging tough with the count 3-2, fouling pitches off, and the next delivery he's going to foul another one off. That one back to the seats.
Yeah, last 8 batters that Berea has faced, so on the 3-ball count and 5 of them. So that pitch count continues to grow.
A pitch at bat here.
Remember he had that long at bat against Belt with San Francisco.
Oh yeah.
A lot of strikes during that at bat.
Berea so far today has walked 1 in the strikeout department. He's had 5, and here's the next pitch, and this is popped up near home plate. It's playable. Briseño right along the first baseline, just outside the batter's circle, will make the grab on that one. That's the first out.
That's a huge out. You don't allow the base runner to advance either to third base on an out. And it's a pop up here straight up, and Briseño calls for it right away. Anderson Simmons, generally you see him go after everything. He's running in, and then he sees that third base initially unoccupied. Berea doing what you're supposed to do as a pitcher. You get to that base, Anderson Simmons is saying there was a race to third base.
So here is Goodrum.
Simba wants to be involved in everything.
That's right. Here's the pitch, and that one is low. Still leading off second base, Candelario. Next pitch. This is a fly ball hit to left field. Going back on it is Upton. He's circling under, and he will make the grab on that one right near the rim of the track, and the runner is holding that second base. So Justin Upton retires Nico Goodrum. That's the second out.
Busy so far in this game. 3 fly balls called out in left field for Justin Upton. Overall 6 fly ball outs for Berea today.
Yeah, they have not had a ground out against them. 5 strikeouts along the way. 6 in the air, and here is Ducey getting ready for his second at bat. He has one of the 3 Tiger hits, and he lifts this one out to Upton, who's going to make another catch out there, and that will end the inning. So they waste the leadoff double. Good job by Berea. We are getting ready to go to the bottom of the 4th. Angels up by a pair, 2-0.
and Kashiari is in town this series. And I had a chance to chat with him this afternoon about the impact that Ohtani has had back at home. Now, Kyle said the coolest thing about Ohtani playing in the big leagues is that it's not just baseball fans who have completely been enamored with Ohtani, but the entire country has taken him in and followed him as if he were their own son. Now, Cuz also said he had a chance to talk with Mike Scioscia yesterday and said even though they're from different times, different countries, they understand each other because of baseball. And Gooby, he said it's really special how the love of the game can bring different countries and coaches together.
Yeah, I'll tell you, the excitement from whether you're at the Big A or anywhere we've been on the road with Shohei Ohtani has been off the charts. And what I've seen from him, how he continues to grow as a baseball player, not only as a pitcher, but certainly when getting the many at-bats as he's been getting of late and stealing bases and picking up Dino Evil at third base. It's not an easy thing to do in transition into Major League Baseball, and he's really made some great strides. And he is, by the way, super fast.
Yeah, he's been showing it lately.
Yes.
Been stealing bases for the Angels. Marte is the batter. First pitch was in there on him for a strike, and he's taking that one and misses 1-1. Had a chance to visit with Kaz yesterday. We have a very close mutual friend, Trey Hillman, former Royals manager, and Trey was the manager of the Nippon Ham Fighters, the team that Shohei played for. He wasn't on the team when Trey Hillman managed, and Kaz was saying that Trey Hillman is my best American friend.
That's pretty cool.
It was nice to hear
Trey,
that.
one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet.
Yep. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count, and here's the next delivery. That one is low and outside. 2-2 to count. Angels trying to make it 3 in a row here against the Detroit Tigers. They have dropped 5 in a row, and they have really struggled on the road. And that goes back a long time here at the Big A as well. There's a 2-2 pitch that freezes the Angels leadoff man in the inning, Marte. It looked like it might have been a cut fastball. Struck him out looking.
Yeah, it's caught in between, as you say, it's a slider or a cut fastball, but he's able to backdoor this pitch and catches the outside corner, or at least close to the outside corner, for a call third strike. He'll say it's a slider. Some sites where you look at as far as what the pitch is thrown, it'll say it's a cutter.
Whatever it is, it might be his best pitch.
Yes, and he's thrown a huge percentage of those pitches.
Yeah, he sure has.
About 37% of his pitches are that slider cutter.
There's Briseño chasing the first pitch. That was a fastball. Hardy came into this inning having thrown 53 pitches, 36 for strikes. He's now at 59 in the game. There's no shift here on Briseño, one of the few batters they're playing straight up, and that one is a changeup chased and missed, and the count jumps to 0-2.
Starting to get the hitters to go after his pitch. And that's the thing about Hardy. It's been pretty good for him this season as far as if you look at his ERA and his numbers, just 240 batting average against him. Trying to get hitters to swing at non-strikes.
And there's
that would be a difficult non-strike to swing at, though.
A little bit high with that one. It goes all the way back to the backstop.
There's expanded in the strike zone, and then there's this.
Yep. Well, nobody on base. You can get away with it, I guess.
You imagine after that one, you make that adjustment and throw a breaker ball down and in now.
1-2, and it's a pop into shallow center field. Coming in is Jones. He's under now, and he will make the grab on that one. And that will be the second out. Hardy, who's on the mound, his first start of the season for the Tigers was back on May the 13th. That was against Seattle. And by the way, Seattle lost again today. They were beaten by the Texas Rangers in Arlington 11-7. But when Hardy faced the Mariners back on the 13th of May, that was the game he was on the mound. He threw a pitch and it broke the hand of Robinson Cano. And he's been out ever since, although he's close to returning to the Mariners. And boy, are they scuffling right now.
Yeah, they're still 15 games over 500, but they've given up a lot more runs than they've scored.
There's the pitch. That one is low. Their last 62 games, speaking of Seattle, they're 32-30. Meantime, the Oakland A's, and we'll see them firsthand here on Friday, Oakland in their last 46 games, of course, they've overtaken Seattle for the 2 spot in the AL West. But the A's in their last 46 games, 35-11.
Yeah, come back in a lot of games. By the way, Alfredo Griffin really conserving energy on that ground ball towards him at first.
Foul ball off the bat of Cowart.
It went right at him. He just used his foot to knock it down.
Here's the 1-2, and that's a one-handed swing. A ball popped into center, but it's hanging up for Jones. He comes in, makes the grab, and not much happening for the Angels here. Going down quickly and quietly in the bottom of the 4th. The 5th inning is coming right up at the Big A. Angels still up 2-0.
Big A, but that's a great look, Terry. You would be fantastic in that uniform.
Didn't the Bull used to wear those shorts when he was with the White Sox?
Greg Luzinski, one of our all-time favorites.
Yeah.
And believe me, I mentioned that to him when he was a hitting coach for Kansas City.
Yeah.
And he had some kind words back for me.
Yep. Those uniforms didn't catch on anywhere other than Chicago.
No.
And I think rightfully so.
They might catch on here today, though.
Yep. So here is James McCann getting set to lead off the 5th inning for the Tigers. Both pitchers through the first 4 innings, 66 pitches. And here's the first pitch in the 5th inning, and that one was framed by Briseño, but called a ball by Bill Welke, the home plate umpire. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the next pitch, and that is waved and missed. Good slider. Very hot, humid day here today at the Big A. Here's the next pitch, and checking the swing is McCann, and on the appeal down the first base side, Lance Barrett says he was holding. Next pitch will be Briseño's 70th of the season, of the game, I should say. And for the season, he has not thrown 100 pitches in any start for the Angels.
I think ideally Mike Scioscia would like to see Jaime Barrientos get through this 5th inning. Still have the lead.
98 pitches, the most he's had in any start. Swallowing behind here, 3-1 on McCann. And here comes the next one. And that's
He's really gotten back in the counts with his all-speed pitches. Yeah. He's had better control with his slider and changeup than he has with his fastball today. And that's been the case really over the last 8 starts. That changeup is excellent.
3-2. It's hit on the ground right at Fletcher. Easy play for the second baseman. He will throw over to Marte, and Barria comes back after falling behind 3-1 to get James McCann. So he's retired 4 in a row, and 7 of the last 8.
First ground ball out recorded today for Berea.
Yeah. Jacoby Jones, the 9-hole hitter who walked his first time up, will be the next batter. And here's the pitch on him. The right-handed batter takes that one for a ball. The Angels will be off tomorrow, and then this homestand resumes Friday. Oakland in town. It'll be Felix Pena against Brett Anderson. And there's a swing and a miss. Boy, that Oakland rotation has really undergone a change since we last saw them. We're going to have Mike Fiers pitching tonight against Clayton Kershaw. There's one grounded right out to short. Fielded there by Simmons. Throw will get Jones. That's the
See how
second
quick
out.
he gets down the line, Jones.
Yeah.
Back-to-back ground ball outs for Berea now.
Top of the order, Gerber, the next batter. He has gone hitless in this 3-game set.
And Berea looking for his first 1-2-3 inning.
Tigers had left their runner on in each of the first 4. 2 outs, nobody on here. Jaime is ready, and the first pitch in there. That was a sinker. Picked up the pace with no runners on base as well, and the 0-1 delivery. This is popped in the air, shallow left field. Coming in is Upton. He's had a busy day out there. He's under this one. He'll make the grab, and it is a quick, clean inning for Berea. His first one of the day. We are getting set to go to the bottom of the 5th. Angels on top of the Tigers, 2-0 on Fox Sports West. And we want to remind Angel fans you can join the Angels this Saturday when the Halos face the Oakland A's in the middle game of a 3-game series. Game time 6 o'clock. Enjoy a post-game Saturday night fireworks show. For more info on the Saturday night fireworks presented by Wells Fargo, visit angels.com/promotions. And there's a pitch that Eric Young takes for ball 1. I was already tipped off by the fireworks crew that this Saturday they promised me it will be the best fireworks show ever.
Is that right?
At the Big A.
And that's on Saturday, right? Saturday night fireworks.
There you go. There's a little bloop into center field off the bat of Eric Young Jr. It drops in for a base hit, and we go all over the circuit and we see other teams' fireworks shows. Nothing compares to what they do here at the Big A.
This is supposed to be the best show ever.
Right, and they promised us this Saturday will be their best show ever, so you might want to check it out.
Yes.
Cole Calhoun's having a nice day. A homer and a single is 2 times up. There's a toss to first base, and Eric Young Jr. dives back safely.
One stolen baseman caught one time. That was last night when he slid past the base.
Shortstop Iglesias playing pretty close to the second base bag. Here's the pitch. This is grounded on the first base side. Nice stop there by Adduci. Goes to second, but no relay. The pitcher Hardy did not get to the bag for a return throw. So they do get the fielder's choice, and Young raced at second, and Fletcher will be the next batter.
Yeah, Hardy right away putting up his glove, like not make the throw. He was a little bit late getting over there. It would be difficult to find the base. It could end up being a situation where you throw it away and allow Cole Calhoun to get in the scoring position. Wise decision by Iglesias not to throw that.
So Fletcher a walk and a ground out so far in this game. Here's the pitch, and that one on the Angels second baseman is outside. The Angels have been kind of quiet offensively since the first inning when the Angels put together 3 hits, scored the game's 2 runs. We're in the bottom of the 5th right now. Toss over to first base. Diving back to the bag goes Cole Calhoun. Here's the pitch, and that's fouled off on the right side out of play.
Trying to punch that ball to the right side of the field.
Tigers made a couple of roster moves today. They brought up a pitcher, Artie Lewicki, and also a catcher, Grayson Griner, today. They were added to their roster. Here's the pitch, and that's outside. 2-1 is the count.
Always a difficult thing to put on a hit and run with a left-handed pitcher, though most times with this count Mike Scioscia will do that, but it's tougher with a lefty on the mound. Tiger still sensing that. The reason why it's difficult is a base runner. You have to wait until a lefty delivers the ball home. So if there's no contact made, you're going to be thrown out by a lot. Right-handed pitcher, completely different.
2-1 pitch lifted in the air into left, but it's right near the left fielder. It's Gerber out there. He's had a fairly quiet day. He'll make the catch on that one.
Unlike Justin Upton out in left field. He's been very busy.
That is Gerber's first put out today. So 2 outs in the inning, and here is Justin Upton. Upton's grounded out a couple of times. Hardy with a long look in. Now he's set, and the first one on Upton. He chases it and misses it. That was a cut fastball.
Hardy has settled down since that first inning. He gave up a home run, 3 hits, 2 runs.
Allowed only 2 hits since the first inning. He had a stretch where he had retired 7 in a row, and he's actually set down 9 of the last 10.
He's faced 21 batters this afternoon. 17 times he's on a first pitch strike.
1-1 on Upton. 2 outs and the pitch fouled off just to our right. Drops down below.
That did sound real good, Terry.
Everybody okay downstairs?
I hope so.
Yep. Look down at the seats here at the Big A. A lot of the fans in the bright sunshine, fanning themselves, trying to get a little airflow down in the sunny area of the stadium. The pitch, that's fouled back by Upton behind the plate.
Trying to get fastballs against Hardy's been difficult today. When you look at his numbers against his fastball this season, 296 for hitters against him with 3 home runs, but this 219 versus his secondary pitches with 3 home runs allowed. So his secondary pitches have been very effective all season and in this game.
Here's the 1-2. Upton again swings and fouls that one back behind the plate.
Yeah, it's one of those secondary pitches there, is changeup.
Dave Clark, who's a third base coach for the Tigers, he's seated in the front part of their dugout right behind the railing, and he has a towel over his head right now trying to cool off.
Yeah, a little toasty.
Yeah, you can tell he's feeling the hot, steamy weather here today.
I wouldn't really tell him to take that off either. He was a former Gold Glove boxer back in his day, so if he wants to wear that, it's fine.
Dave, you can do anything you want.
Yes.
Put another towel on your head.
Yes.
2-2 is the count. Angels are following suit as well in the Angel dugout on the third base side. Here's the next pitch on Upton. He takes that one high, so he's been very patient in this at bat. Upton will walk a lot. He strikes out a lot as well. Tied for 4th in the league in strikeouts. Tied for 10th in walks. And this at bat could turn out either way. We'll see. Here's the 3-2, and he fouls it off to stay alive.
It's real good at bat. At some point, when you see this many pitches, you're going to get a mistake from a pitcher. And Upton just wants to make sure he's in position to square up that baseball when that mistake comes.
So a good battle going on. It hasn't concluded. We'll see what happens. And the 3-2 once again, and that one is hit high, and it's hit deep into left field, and it is out of here. It lands in the Angels bullpen. You mentioned the more pitches he saw, edge to the hitter, and Upton goes deep. Second home run in this series. That one there adds on to the Angel lead. It's now 4-0.
Back-to-back games for home runs, for 2-run home runs for Justin Upton. Take a look at it. We Make It Easy, brought to you by SoCal Toyota. Justin Upton gets that mistake. That's right down the heart of the plate. An all-speed pitch, and he was ready. Another breaking ball he has hit out. 13 of his 23 home runs have been on breaking balls, and this one went off the T-Mobile sign. That ball is crushed a long way.
So here's Albert at the plate. We'll see what he can do with 2 outs after that 2-run shot by Upton, his 23rd of the year.
17 home runs here at the Big A.
Albert lifts one high, and he hits it pretty well into left center field. That ball is carrying out in left center, and that ball is out of here in left center field. Albert goes deep, back-to-back home runs, 5-0 Angels.
Belly to belly for the attorney for the home runs for Albert Pujols. That's the 406th different pitcher Albert has homered against. 18 home runs on the season. Now this one hit shy of 1,000 wearing that Angel uniform. He gives the batting gloves away to a fan as he gets back towards the dugout.
Number 632 in his.
Whoa, he almost went over the fence on that one.
Yeah. Center fielder Jacoby Jones. He was on the top part of the wall there. His
That's so
backside
cool.
was on it.
Giving the batting gloves to a young fan. That's awesome, Albert. Chance to get the batting gloves from a future Hall of Famer.
Did I hear you say belly to belly?
Yeah, I had to do that for you, Terry. I know you love that one. 406 different pitchers. Next up on that list, Ken Griffey Jr.
There's one lined into left, but it's right at Gerber, and that will end the inning. I'm going to have to text Susan Waldman after you just said that.
Yes. 2 home runs hit in this inning for the Halos. 3 in the game, 158 on the season. The Angels up 5-0.
Junior, the Western Bacon Cheeseburger is calling your name, little buddy. Pick it up and buy the 2018 Subaru Forester. A whole lot to love.
The Angels' lead is bigger for Jaime Barria as he gets ready to work here in the 6th inning. It's now 5-0. Barria at 76 pitches in the game. Threw only 10 last inning. And here's his pitch on Iglesias. Taken for a called strike. First pitch slider.
It's great to see Justin up to back-to-back game, 2-run home runs. One to left, one to right.
That pitch taken for another strike. So it's 0-2 on Iglesias, who has struck out and popped out to the Angel catcher Barria. Here's the next delivery, and that's a shot right up the middle, and that's going to fall in for a base hit. That came on an 0-2 pitch, and that was a fastball, and Iglesias jumped on it.
Take a look at our Carl's Cam replay for Jaime Barria today. We talked about that changeup, right on right changeup against those right-handed batters for Barria. It's been very good throughout this game. Getting some swing and misses, hitters out in front. Been very effective for him. We talk about percentage of changeups thrown this season. Coming into the game, 17%. He's throwing quite a few more changeups, and that's why he's been effective. Going back to that 0-2 pitch, so often we've seen that from the Angel pitchers this year. Automatic high fastball 0-2.
Here's the first one on Castellanos. That one is hit into right center field. Cole Calhoun gets a good jump on it and nabs that one in medium right center. So Castellanos retired.
And going back to that, Terry, hitters have a chance to put that ball in play unless you locate it perfectly. I always believe you've worked to get ahead of the count there. Expand on the outside part of the plate if you're going to go fastball a little bit off, about half a baseball off, or a breakable. That high fastball, hitters can bring their hands up and put it in play. And we've seen it a couple times already. The automatic 0-2, though that high fastball, they've had some pretty good swings against Barria today.
So he faces Candelario, the third baseman, and he takes the first pitch. It just missed. The Angels have action in the bullpen. Taylor Cole is up. As Barria is now at 82 pitches. You'd like to see him get out of the 6th inning. If he can get out of the 6th inning, that will likely be it for him today. Here's the pitch that's fouled off on the left side.
It's still a great story this season for the Angels to see how he has matured on the mound this season and growing at the major league level. Jaime Barria.
Tigers have Artie Lewicki, who they just brought up today from the minors, up in their bullpen. So 1-1 is the count. Here's the next pitch. This is another fly ball hit into shallow right center. Cole Calhoun was playing perfectly, comes over a few feet and in and makes the grab, and that'll be the second out. So after the leadoff single by Iglesias, back to back balls hit out to Cole Calhoun. 2 gone in the inning, and here is Victor Martinez.
10 fly ball outs for Berea.
Yeah, only 2 batters retired on the ground. So here's Victor Martinez, an 0 for 2 day. The pitch, and that's low and inside. Victor Martinez, switch hitter, 5-time All-Star. Entered this season a career .298 hitter. Shift is on, 3 infielders on the right side, just Coward on the left side. He's kind of in the shortstop hole, and there's a pitch that evens up the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Victor Martinez, always a good presence in the clubhouse, a clubhouse leader.
Been a very good player for a lot of years.
Yep. Twilight of his career right now in 2018. The pitch, and he fouls that one back behind the plate. Tigers this season also missing Miguel Cabrera, who underwent left arm surgery, had torn biceps tendon problem. They were hoping he'll be back and productive next year. He still has a long time left in his multi-year contract with the Tigers. Next year will be the 4th year of his 8-year deal. Here's the pitch, and that's fouled off on the left side. That's going to get back and out of play.
Miguel getting close to all Hall of Fame type numbers himself.
Yeah, but his production the last few seasons nowhere close to what it used to be. And he's not getting any younger either. One and 2 the count here on Victor Martinez. Here's the pitch, and that one is high and away.
Guessing this will be the last batter either way for Jaime Berea. Hopefully able to finish off this inning.
Next pitch is going to be his 90th. Victor Martinez had a long at bat his last time up. That was back in the top of the 4th. It eventually ended up with a pop out to the catcher Briseño. 2-2. He takes that one low and inside.
Another 3-ball count for Berea. 7 in this game. So far, just 1 walk, though.
Nico Goodrum would be up next, still hitless in the 3-game series. Berea's ready, and here's the payoff, and that one is fouled off. So
he's seen a lot of pitches against Berea, Victor Martinez, in this game.
Has, yeah.
$18 pitches already. This will be pitch number 19 from Berea against Victor Martinez this afternoon.
Yep, 3rd at bat for him today. Well, Berea right now working on a 4-hit shutout. Trying to get the final out here in the inning. We're in the 6th. Angels up 5-0. Outfield is playing Victor Martinez a bit the opposite way. The right side shift on, and now Berea steps off the rubber time called. He has slowed it down today with people on base, and that's been the case here in this matchup against Martinez. Here's the payoff, and he lines that one just out of the reach of Fletcher, who's playing in the outfield, and that's going to be a base hit. So moving first to third on that 2-out single will be Iglesias. They have him at the corners. And the next batter will be Goodrum, and sure enough, we see Mike Scioscia heading out to the mound. So that is going to be it today for Jaime Barria. Nice job. He will leave pitching shutout baseball, though the 2 runners his property. When we see what the Angels do as far as the bullpen, Taylor Cole had been warming up in the Angel pen. So we have a break in the action here. We get back. Tigers still batting. They have their first legitimate threat in this ball game. We'll be right back.
Insurance and financial services for you and your business. Visit hefins.com. And by City National Bank, a proud sponsor of Angels baseball.
Well, Jaime Barria, the Angels starter. There are his numbers here today. Leaves pitching shutout baseball, although pair of runners on base. And the new Angel pitcher now will be Taylor Cole as he comes into work. And the Angels pitching change being brought to you by Purple Bricks. So Goodrum will be the batter. Cole, 8th game now with the Angels. 0-2 record, but a good ERA, 1.72. And he will try and put out this threat here with 2 outs, runners at first and third.
Cole also has a very good changeup himself.
Here's his pitch, and that one is chased and missed, and that was the changeup. Last time Taylor Cole pitched was on Sunday, and he gave the Angels some length out of the bullpen. In fact, 3 2/3 innings through 48 pitches, gave up only 1 hit. Had 3 strikeouts in that game. Here's the next delivery, and that one is chased and missed, another changeup. So he's way in front here on Goodrum. You have to like what you've seen from Taylor Cole.
And he mentioned he gave us some length out of the bullpen too. He might be in that conversation later on in the weekend as far as a spot start.
Yeah, you would think so. Here's the 2-strike delivery, and that one is waved and missed. 3 straight changeups, no contact whatsoever by Goodrum. Struck him out, and the inning is over. Good job by the Angels right-hander Taylor Cole. Angels coming up in the 6th, up 5-0.
favorite show back then, and it's still hysterical. And I remember when they asked us to do that show.
He was on the show.
Yeah, I was on the show playing myself, and it was all the All-Star team from 1990 that they had. You know, you had Canseco, you had Sachs, you had all these guys that were on the show. Went in and they sent me the script, and it was hilarious.
Nuclear power plant you worked at?
Yes, but you know what? I cannot believe how talented that group of people are that do that show. They all do multi-voices. They're so quick at what they're thinking of. They change scripts on the fly, and as they were doing it, I was rolling in laughter, the tears, when they were saying, hey, let's say this and let's say that. It was hysterical. It's one of the best experiences I had in my life, and to this day, it's just my kids have seen it, and anytime we get a chance to watch it, we watch it.
That is fantastic, Terry. The Simpsons.
Yep.
Some great characters in that series for a lot of years.
Well, enjoyed the conversation today with Mike and Kirk
Yes.
Gibson. And that time around, talking about, well, baseball was kind of on the fringe of that discussion. So here's Marte to lead things off for the Angels as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. And Artie Lewicki, who just got recalled today from the minors, rejoining the Tigers. Been in 11 games for them earlier this season. So he takes over for Hardy, and the first pitch on Marte, that one taken for ball 1. Marte has an RBI hit and 2 times up.
You think so? Should be all right if we call him Homer on Friday? Probably not.
If you want to go there, you can. It's your call. Just keep me out of it. That one
Don't call me Sideshow Bob or something like that back.
2-0 is the count right now. No shift on with Marte batting, and the next pitch grounds it sharply. That's a fair ball up the third base side. It's going to roll down in the left field corner. Just getting to it out by the wall is Gerber, and at second with a stand-up double is
That was
Marte.
real close to getting away from Gerber on that one. And where Jones was located out in center field, Marte could have been running for a long time. It's right down the line. That's that tricky corner as an outfielder. When you go to it, hugs around that corner, you see that ricochet almost gets by him in the end. If it gets by Gerber, it's going to be a lot of fun to see Marte running around the bases. Picks up a double, his 5th of the season, 2nd hit of the game for Marte.
Jeffrey Marte, a former Tiger, with a 2-hit game against Detroit today. Here's Briseño. He's gone 0 for 2. Pitched by Lewicki, and that one taken ball 1 by Jose Briseño. Angels going with the rookie catchers, Briseño and Frankie Arcia, also doing a good job since he's been up here. Here's the next pitch. That one is popped up foul on the right side, and nice one-handed grab by a fan over there. Had some good plays in the stands today.
Multitasking. Seen a nice play here. Keeping that cold beverage in his hand and still making the play.
Yep. Here's the next pitch. That's a shot into shallow right center. It's going to drop in. Going into third, being waved home is Marte. The throw is cut off. He'll score. Angels add on 6-0.
Really good balance in the lineup here this afternoon. It's a pretty good pitch, trying to hit the ball that way, especially with a runner at second. Briseño ends up with a base hit and an RBI. 7th RBI of the season. 1 for 3 now in the game. Shorten up his swing.
Angels have gotten good production out of the bottom part of the lineup all series long against Detroit.
It's now 23 runs scored in 3 games.
So at the plate is Cowart. He takes in, that one is in there for strike 1. Wicky's given up hits to the first 2 that he's faced. pitch. This is chopped foul over on the first base side. Well, Alfredo went after that one.
Used his foot the last time there was a ground ball his way.
Yes, he did. He didn't want to overexert himself.
On a warm day like this.
Yes. So he had a little bit more energy going to make the play on that one.
Well, the Angels in the last 8 home games have scored 66 runs.
Here's the pitch that's fouled back. Well, early in the season, the Angels couldn't lose on the road and couldn't win at home, and that's kind of flipped a little bit here. So we've gotten deeper into the season. The Angels' home record is actually better than the road record. And it's because the Angels have won only 8 of their last 30 on the road. Been tough winning road games here for the last couple months. Next pitch on Coward, and that one there, he chases an 0-2. He got him. Slider struck him out. That's the first out. Eric Young Jr. will be the batter.
Walking up the Forever Young song for Eric Young Jr.
There you go. So the Angels center fielder gets ready for his 3rd at bat of the day. He's gone 1 for 2.
By the way, Tara, I know you love your music. What would be your walk-up song if you were coming to the plate?
Probably anything by Shania Twain.
Shania Twain?
Yes.
Wow.
Anything by Shania Twain.
Wow.
Yep.
I thought you might go a little Pitbull or something.
Well,
I know you're a big Pitbull
yeah,
fan.
I'm a good. Well, Mr. Worldwide is near the top of my list, no doubt about it. There's one that's a little bit outside. Don't get me started now. 2-0 is
You got to go back
count.
to your Philly roots. Pink too. Come on, Terry.
Yeah. That'd be a good selection, no doubt. Here's one that's fouled off. What about when you pitched? Did they have entrance songs then or not?
Yeah, but even before, really, they had a lot of "Bring It On Home" by Led Zeppelin.
There you go.
Yes.
Yep. Two balls and 1 strike. We're going to have to cut your microphone in a moment. Here's the pitch. Yeah.
You got me on that Shania Twain. You got me on that one.
There you go. 3-1 is the count here. And you know what Shania Twain says, you don't impress me much. 3 balls, 1 strike. There's the pitch, and that one is fouled off on the left side. It's back to the club level, out of play.
Are you saying that about the pitcher facing you or about me?
I'll let you make the decision of that statement. Full count here on EY Jr., and he pops this one in the air towards the line in left field. Tight to the line. It's going to drop foul and then hop into the seats. So the count 3-2. Cole Calhoun, who's had a nice day for the Angels, leadoff man today, waiting on deck. Iglesias playing pretty close to the bag. The shortstop out near second. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. Pitch is missed. Throw down to second. Waiting with the tag is Iglesias, and the inning is going to end on a strike him out, throw him out. Double play here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Angels will settle for 1 and take a 6-0 lead to the 7th here at the Big A. your next game day experience with the MLB Ballpark app. Access and manage your tickets, enjoy check-in offers, exclusive content, and much, much more. Download the MLB Ballpark app today. Taylor Cole came in. First and third situation with 2 outs last inning. Got a strikeout on Nico Goodrum. He will continue out there for the Angels. Ducey, McCann, and Jones, bottom third of the batting order. Cole got Goodrum to end last inning on 3 pitches, struck him out. Did a real nice job, and we'll see if that continues here as he faces the left-handed hitting first baseman. First pitch, that's a little bit outside for a ball. Here's the 1-0, and that is tipped foul right by the plate. 1-1.
Back-to-back fastballs from Cole. Mentioned he's got that good changeup. Has him set up now for his changeup.
Well, the Angels open up the series against the Oakland A's here on Friday night. Felix Pena will get the start in that one for the Angels, and the Angels still undecided for Saturday and Sunday's starters.
Looks like it's a real good chance Tyler Skaggs will be starting on Saturday at a bullpen session. It went very well today. If everything checks out good tomorrow, and Friday should be in there on Saturday against Oakland. A very big series against the A's coming into town.
See if the Angels can cool them off. Yeah, there's Tyler Skaggs. He's had a couple of stays on the disabled list, but they haven't been lengthy ones this year. Just a couple of, well, one 10-day DL stint. We're hoping the other one turns out to be the same. 2-2 is the count on Ducey. It's been a challenge to keep Angels starting pitchers healthy all season. Here's the pitch, and this is popped in the air on the third base side. Coward in foul ground has a play, and he will make the grab on that one.
Remember the conversations we had with Billy Upler, even in Tempe, talking about the depth of the organization as far as starters. It's been tested. A lot of different starters. I see a lot of different pitchers being used this season.
Yeah, we saw that in the first 15, 16 games of the season this year. The Angels having to use more than a handful of starting pitchers the first 2.5 weeks of the season. Here's McCann getting ready to bat. He's gone 0 for 2 today.
That win last night, Andrew Heaney at 7-7, already a career high as far as wins, innings, and strikeouts. Same thing with Tyler Skaggs. This lead holds Jaime Barria, even up his record, 7-7 already. Obviously, as a rookie, you're going to have career highs, even with innings total from the minor leagues now to the big leagues.
Here's the pitch, and that's a check swing. Did he go after that one? Yes. First base umpire Lance Barrett on the call there. So 1-1 here on McCann.
It's the first time McCann's been called on that check swing. He's had a number of them. Lance Barrett has not called a strike. That one he does.
Yeah. And the next pitch, that's fouled off, not far from the Tigers' first base dugout.
That's a pretty good news with Shohei Ohtani as far as the pitching side. Played some long toss again today. Scheduled to throw a bullpen on Saturday. Went through simulation of a bullpen today, just with the towel work down in the bullpen, just to activate that arm on that downward plane of the mound as compared to flat ground.
And there's a pitch taken, a good fastball. That is a called third strike. McCann is out looking, so 2 are gone. Yeah, the Angels are feeling more hopeful that Ohtani is going to pitch before the end of the season. Barring any setbacks, it certainly is looking more like that's becoming a reality. And it'll be a while, but.
And so many people have asked that question. Is it a good thing? Is it the right thing? It really is a tough call. I can understand both sides questioning it. But if he's healthy, you would like to see that as far as competing against major league hitters again before making a lot of decisions as far as the pitching staff going into the offseason and into 2019 regular season again.
Yeah. Here's Jones batting, and their 9-hole hitter, who's 0 for 1 with a walk, takes a pitch for a strike, 1-1.
So far, so good. What we've seen from Taylor Cole, though.
He's retired all 3 since coming in. Final out last inning, first 2 this inning, and here's the next pitch. Fouled off on the right side. That's going to get back and out of play.
Another good all-speed pitch. That strikeout against McCann. Look, that was a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. So 2 and 4 seam fastball.
Here's the 1-2, and that's a little bit high. It misses. Two balls, 2 strikes. Here's the next delivery, and that's a little bit low. Taylor Cole didn't pitch a whole lot last year. He had a fractured right toe, which had him sidelined. That was when he was in the Toronto organization. And it's a guy the Angels signed in March. Free agent, let go by Toronto. Here's the next pitch, and that one is chased and missed, and down on strikes goes Jones. Pair of strikeouts in the inning for Cole. Sets him down 1-2-3 here in the top of the 7th. 7th inning stretch time, the bottom of the 7th coming up. 6-0 Angels. Wiki will stay in there for the Tigers. Cole Calhoun will be the first batter to face him. Today's attendance figure is in 38,832. 38,832. First pitch on Cole Calhoun. That one is strike 1.
Boy, Cole has done a real good job in that leadoff spot, especially scoring runs. 22 runs in 20 games at leadoff spot, including a leadoff home run today, 2 hits.
Shift on that right side with Calhoun at the plate. Here's the pitch, and he takes that one inside.
And the impressive thing was the home run against Hardy, a lefty, to start the game.
Yep. And here's the next pitch, and that one is chased and missed. So it's 1-2 on Cole Calhoun, with the Angels having a scheduled off day tomorrow. Something unusual, very unusual, really, during the course of a major league season. The Angels players, everybody in the organization, us included, back-to-back nights off in the season. I mean, you have it, of course, during the All-Star break, but while play is going on, Angels have an evening off tonight, have all day off tomorrow, won't play again until Friday night.
It's a good refresher for the guys.
Yeah, it really is.
And it's also good news. It gives Mike Trout another day off here coming up, and potentially get back in the lineup on Friday night on a special night with Vlad in the ceremony for Vlad Guerrero, Hall of Fame ceremony here.
Yeah, it's going to be fun over the weekend. 2-2 now on Cole Calhoun.
And that fantastic fireworks show on Saturday night, too.
I'm not putting you on. I had people tell me this in advance.
I always trust you, Terry, with that inside information you have.
Yep. I've been promised it'll be the best fireworks show ever at the Big A. There's one that's fouled back behind the plate. Angels trying to get back to the 500 mark right now. Things look good in this ball game. A 6-0 lead in the bottom of the 7th. Here's the next delivery, and another one that Cole Calhoun will foul off. So this battle is continuing here to start things off in the bottom of the 7th.
He's had some long at bats too, since the change in where he has his hands at over the plate and the leg kick. 29 walks in the season. On base percentage now coming in this game at .272. On base twice today.
There's one a little bit low.
Now, when you think about it, that doesn't sound great, but where he was earlier, he was in the hundreds as far as his on base percentage.
Yeah.
What a turnaround.
Cole Calhoun getting the start today as the leadoff man, even with a left-handed starter facing the Angels today. Here's the next pitch, and that one is fouled off. And Calhoun had little trouble against that lefty starter, Blaine Hardy, today. But Mike Scioscia had been going with Fletcher leading off against lefties here for several weeks, but kind of flipped it around a little bit. Fletcher hitting behind Calhoun in the 2-hole today. Here's the next pitch from Nowicki, and same result, fouled off on the left side. Angels have Hansel Robles up in the bullpen. We very well could be seeing him come in when we get to the 8th inning.
Great job by Taylor Cole once again. It also gives Mike Scioscia the flexibility of potentially having him start one of the games this weekend, if need be. Although Andrew Heaney could schedule into that normal spot on Sunday.
Because of the day off. And the pitch, and Calhoun, after all that, swings and misses a slider. He struck him out, and that'll be the first out here in the Angels' 7th inning. I want to remind Angel fans, make sure to visit the Angel Stadium team store beginning this Friday. You can get your exclusive Vlad Guerrero Hall of Fame merchandise as the celebration continues. Items include shirts, hats, pins, and more. Plus, fans will take home a historic Vlad Guerrero Hall of Fame bobblehead while supplies last this Friday.
Pretty amazing when you think about it, Terry. Don Sutton wore number 27 in an Angel uniform. He's in the Hall of Fame. Vlad Guerrero, number 27, in the Hall of Fame as an Angel. And there's a certain number 27 right now on his way there, too.
You got it. Here's a little pop-up hit right to the second baseman, Goodrum, and still on the infield dirt. He will make the catch on that one. Fletcher retired on one pitch after that long at bat by Calhoun, so now 2 are gone. And here is Justin Upton, who hit a 2-run homer his last time up. Houston officially is 1 for 3. And the Angels face the Oakland A's this weekend. It'll be the first time we've seen them since the middle of June.
Slightly different team.
Yeah, and
but they still came back, even though there was some losses to the Angels. Every one of those games, they fought till the last out.
The AL West looked a lot different the last time the Angels faced Oakland. Houston was still leading the division, but there were several teams ahead of the A's, and that's no longer the case anymore.
Angels 6-4 against the A's this season. Mentioned since mid-June, 33-11 the A's.
Well, they've just been on an incredible run. Here's the pitch, and that's chased and missed. 1-2. There you see the number 27 himself, Mike Trout.
Celebrated his birthday yesterday. That was pretty cool. Visited Chalk Hospital on his birthday like he did.
Yep, sure was. Here's Upton chasing a 2-strike delivery. He's going to miss that one, and a pair of strikeouts for Lewicki in the 2 innings that he's worked so far against the Angels. 6-0 Angels. The 8th is coming up on Fox Sports West.
Robles coming in for some relief duty. Hey, I hope you join us for our Angels Live post-game brought to you by your SoCal Mazda dealers. Kingfish Tim Salmon will be here along with Jose Mota. Talk about some good pitching from Jaime Barria. Taylor Cole looked good as well. But let's talk about the long ball, Tim, and getting these out here during the day.
Well, they say in day games elevate. It's been all Angels from the very first pitch. Cole Calhoun ambushing Blaine Hardy from the very first pitch. And, of course, a few innings later, Justin Upton sitting on a changeup and a 9-pitch at bat, and of course Albert Pujols sitting on that curveball as well. Elevate on day games, it flies, and that's what you've seen from the Angels today.
Yeah, third time this year, Upton, Pujols going back-to-back. Only pair of teammates that do it for the Halos this year. But I know that Terry and Mark already knew that. Guys, let's take us home.
All right, thank you, Patrick O'Neill, and always love fish talk.
Yes.
And always enjoy Tim Salmon.
Hitters, they love to ambush certain pitches. Those hitters.
So the Angels have a new pitcher out there. Hansel Robles will take over. We saw him here in this series on Monday night, and he ended up getting the win. A couple of innings of relief. He's set to go. And he faces Gerber, the leadoff batter, and throws that first pitch fastball right by him for strike 1. Good job by Taylor Cole. He faced 4 batters. He struck out 3 of them. The other one he got on a pop out. So a nice inning and a third of work for the Angel first reliever. We'll see if Robles can follow suit here. 1-1 the count on Gerber. Here's the next pitch. This is a pop-up. on the right side, right center field, camping under, waiting, and making the grab on that one is Eric Young Jr. Calhoun came over a long way, but the center fielder taking charge for the easy out, one gone.
And the trend continues, fly ball outs.
Yeah, just 2 ground ball outs for the Tigers in this game. Everything else either a strikeout or hit in the air. So here's Iglesias, who's had a 1-for-3 day. The Tigers this season, they have been shut out 9 times on the road this year and 15 times overall. And Angel pitching working on a shutout against them today. Here's the next pitch, fly ball hit right near Eric Young Jr. Backpedals a couple feet, makes the grab on that one. Routine play, 2 up, 2 away.
Now it's time to look ahead, brought to you by Wells Fargo. Speaking of that series in the matchup on Friday night versus Oakland. As Brett Anderson on the mound for Oakland, one of those new starters for him this season, 2-3 with a 4.64. Felix Pena, 1-3, coming off a very solid start last time out. ERA 4.97 for the Angels. Much better velocity his last time out for Felix Pena.
Yeah, real good bounce back start for him after he had that rough outing here against Seattle. Here's Castellanos taking the first pitch from Robles. That one missed for ball 1. And the next delivery, he checked the swing on that one, but the home plate umpire, Bill Welke, says he went around. Castellanos a little bit confused by that call. The count's 1 ball, 1 strike. Angels trying to win their 3rd in a row. The Angels had a little 4-game winning streak during the last homestand. That's when the Angels won the final 2 of the 4-game series against the White Sox, and then won the first 2 of a 3-game series against Seattle. Robles is ready. He's already gotten 2 outs in the inning on only 7 pitches. Here's the next one, and this is lifted in the air to Upton. He's been busy all day long. He'll make the catch on that one. It was hit right at him, and a quick, clean inning for Robles. 8-pitch inning, and Tigers go down once again, 1-2-3. The bottom of the 8th coming up. Angels lead it 6-0.
Garcia drive to success. Albert Pujols, what he has done for 2 teams as far as hit total 999 career hits with the Angels. Is one hit away from 1,000, over 2,000 with the Cardinals. One of only 2 players ever to do so. Eddie Collins was the other. 1,000 hits with one club, 2,000 with the other. Here's a fun fact for you, Terry. Eddie Collins once, during his career, 512 sacrifice bunts.
Wow.
That's impressive.
Jeez.
He's doing everything to win games, hits and sacrifice bunts.
No one bunts anymore in baseball. There's a pitch on Albert, and 1-1 is the count.
And wouldn't this be perfect for Albert to pick up his 1,000th hit with the Angels right now for you, Terry?
We'll see if it happens. Next delivery, it's fouled back behind the plate. Lewicki is still on the mound.
Arco, quality top-tier gas for less.
1-2 the count here on Albert. And continue to put that left side infield shift on the Angels DH. Here's the next pitch, and he waves at that one, and he is gone on strikes. Boy, Lewicki's racking up some strikeouts. He's had 5 of them already since coming into this ball game, and that's coming just 2 1/3 innings right now. Retired the last 6 Angels in a row. Andrelton Simmons will be the next batter. Looks like Noe Ramirez has gotten up in the Angels bullpen. First one on Andrelton, taking for ball 1. He's kept his hitting streak alive. 6-gamer will take into the Oakland series on Friday night. There's a pitch on the outside corner. No shift with Simmons at the plate as they go 2-2 on each side of the infield, although Goodrum is not too far away from the second base bag.
Remember, they did that the first at bat, and he beat that shift.
He did. One pitch, and Simmons a little bit off balance, swinging and missing that one, so it's 2-2.
Well, with the big celebration on Friday with Vlad Guerrero, that's very Vlad-like on that one. That pitch high. But Manfred Simmons, he can bring those hands up very well and make good contact on a high pitch.
He can. He's been the best contact hitter in the American League this season, and can argue in baseball this year. So it's a 2-2 count on the Angels shortstop, and he chops this one foul over on the third base side.
Was it in spring training? Was it for somebody who didn't have a strikeout for like almost the entire spring there for a while?
Right. Yeah.
Not until we talked about it that he struck out at spring training.
Yeah.
And he appreciated that too when we referenced that to him the next day.
Yep.
Those baseball players are never superstitious at all.
No. There's one, he lines foul on the right side. That had the first base umpire Lance Barrett getting out of the way, but a foul ball. Mentioned spring training, and boy, the more spring trainings I attend, the more I'm convinced, and I always heard it from people in the past, don't get too concerned about spring training numbers.
Yeah, for sure.
Here's a little Tapper hit foul over on the left side. You can get really excited about players, and you should. I mean, if someone's doing well, of course you're going to be excited, but you got to keep all of those spring training stats in perspective.
Yeah, when you look at Grapefruit League, generally the pitcher has the advantage. In Arizona Cactus League, hitters, big time advantage, the way the baseball carries, how hard the infield, how quick it gets through the infield. And also you don't see players playing and getting as many at bats during the course of a game.
There's Simmons popping one up down the left side, shallow left field. The shortstop's chasing hard, but he can't make the catch near the line. That was Iglesias, and that ball's going to bloop in for a base hit. That was in the air a long time, but just no one was close to getting to where the ball was going to land, and it dropped in between Iglesias and Gerber on that left side near the line.
The nature boy would love that one. That was a nice flare into the outfield. Fell nicely for Andrelton Simmons. Go on, Terry, give me a woo. The nature boy, come on.
I know where you're going. If you want to do a woo, you can do one. So here's Briseño. He's had Simmons on over there. Should say Marte here, not Briseño. He's waiting on deck. And here's the pitch, and this is bounce right to the shortstop. This looks like two, second for one, relay to first, and that will be a double play to end the inning. It was tailor-made right at Iglesias. The Angels had a one-out hit, but that was it. We are headed to the ninth. All Angels 6-0 the score.
Limited time.
Angels up 6-0. Pitching change now for the Angels. Noe Ramirez on the mound, trying to preserve this shutout. An opportunity to sweep the Detroit Tigers and get back to the 500 mark. 53rd game for Noe. 4-3 mark with a 4.76 ERA for Noe Ramirez.
We saw him here in the opener of this series. And in that ball game on Monday, he struggled. In fact, did not retire a batter. Gave up a couple of hits, a couple of walks, and a run. So we'll see if he can have a solid inning here to wrap this ball game up. We go to the ninth.
Go back to my Hyundai key for this game. Went rock of ages. The youngsters and the veterans coming through, starting with Jaime Barria, the rookie, dealing today. The veterans, Albert Pujols, Justin Upton, Cole Calhoun with big flies.
You have a way of tying it all together.
Yes, I just try to do the best I can, Terry. I learned from you a long time ago.
So here is Candelario to start things off, and the first pitch was right in there, a sinker. Shift on him, three infielders right side. There's one low and away. Very solid pitching today by the Angels, and the bullpen work so far in Cole and Robles. Excellent. Like the relievers have retired every batter they've faced in this game. Here's one that's fouled back, and Noe Ramirez jumps on top here against Candelario. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Both of these teams will be off tomorrow. The Tigers will be playing the Twins on Friday. Angels resume the homestand Friday night against the red-hot Oakland A's, who wrap up their series against the Dodgers tonight at the Coliseum. Clayton Kershaw is going to face Oakland in that ball game, and Mike Fiers, who the A's just got a couple days ago from these Tigers, will make his Oakland debut.
Angels a chance to pick up a game here on Seattle. A tough game for Oakland against Kershaw and the Dodgers tonight.
Here's the pitch, and that one is chased and missed. A changeup got him, struck him out. So that is out number one. Want to remind Angel fans to stay tuned for our Angels Live postgame show for the Auto Nation Business of Sports. Auto Nation, low price, no pressure guaranteed. So we have one away and a shift on here on Victor Martinez. Here's the pitch. That one is outside. Mentioned a moment ago, Texas beat Seattle today. 11-7 was the final. And next up for Seattle, they will be headed to Houston to play the Astros beginning tomorrow night. Here's one line foul down the left side, backing out of play. 1-1 to count on Victor Martinez. One ball, one strike. There's one that's low. 2-1 to count. Angels pitching this season from a shutout standpoint. Angels have notched 5 of them. And have a chance to do that here today. There's a pitch that misses on Martinez, so it's a 3-1 count. Simmons is on the outfield grass on the right side. So is Fletcher, the second baseman. Shift on and the pitch. This is a pop into shallow left field. Boy, what a busy day it's been for Upton. He's going to make another put out, and that will be out number 2.
That's his 7th put out this afternoon.
Yeah.
Two-run home run at the plate, a long home run to left center field for Justin Upton, and very active in the outfield also.
Nico Goodrum will be the next batter. He's flied out to Upton. He's also struck out a pair of times. Tigers have not had a hit since the 6th inning, and here's the pitch, and that is a good-looking breaking ball for a called strike.
One thing you can really look at as far as the pitchers today for the Angels, they did a real good job as far as throwing their secondary pitches for strikes.
0-1. That's low and away. 1-1 to count. Last 9 Detroit batters have been retired in a row. Noe Ramirez with the next delivery, and that one is fouled off over by the Tigers dugout. So now they're down to their final strike in the game. I think it's been encouraging about the Angel offense here in this series. Mike Trout has not had a single at bat in this series.
Yeah,
but the Angels have scored a lot of runs.
Real good balance. We talked even about how good the bottom part of the lineup has been. There's been some power at the top. Back-to-back home runs today by Upton and Pujols. Cole Calhoun with a leadoff home run of the game.
1-2 pitch, and just getting a piece of that one is Goodrum. The Angels have scored 23 runs in the 3 games against the Tigers.
Chance if they can get the shutout, outscoring 23-7. But more importantly, get back to that 500 mark.
Yeah. And the Angels figure to have some momentum when the A's come rolling into town Friday night. 1-2 pitch. This is lined into right field, but it's right at Cole Calhoun. He will make the catch on that one, and that's how the ball game will end. The